Children, welcome to our Little Rose e-learning program. I'm your Shilpa ma'am, and I took already one session of the class for 7th class students of first lesson. Already we discussed until the third experiment of this lesson. So before going to the continuation part, I'll explain you once again for the repetition of the starting part what we discussed in the last session. So here, before going to the description, I'll share you the textbook part by using the Erudex app. So I have opened in the by using the Erudex app the textbook part. I'm opening here the first lesson, food components. So food components means what is the food items we are taking in our daily life. In that food, carbohydrates, fats, vitamins, minerals, proteins. So these are all will be and should be also. So these are called the food components. So here, what are the food items in our daily life? What based on the before theory, I have given the work to you already. The table one part. Next, essential food components. Food components are the carbohydrates, proteins, fats. We have not what is the food items we are taking in that. So for that we discussed the presence of experiments to test the starch or carbohydrates. Next, test for fats, test for proteins. Until this, we discussed yesterday. So for the test for the carbohydrates, the resultant should be the blue, dark blue color or black color. So then what is the experiment we did, it is correct and it gives the confirmation for us the carbohydrates are present in our food. Now come to the test for fats. So already we discussed yesterday the food items like vada or any other oily foods eating time. If you press it the tissue paper with that vada oily items onto that, automatically we can observe the oiliness. Oiliness on the paper. This oil content explains to us the fat content is present in our food. Next, test for proteins. So in this proteins test, we need to take the food items in the finely grinded powder format. And here we use the copper sulfate solution, 2% copper sulfate solution and 10% sodium hydroxide solution. 10% sodium hydroxide solution. So we need to add for the food item the chemicals, 2 drops of copper sulfate solution and 10 drops of sodium hydroxide solution. When you shake the test tube, automatically we can see within seconds the violet color formation or the purple color formation. This explains and confirms to us that the protein is present. So until this, in the last session we discussed. Now I'm going to continue the next continuation part from the activity 4, testing of food items. Testing of food items. So in our daily life, we are taking different types of vegetables, fruits, for our health, for our good health purposes. So here, what are the food items we are taking? Here they have given some of the examples of food items. In those food items, this food components are present or not, we need to put the tick mark. If it is present, we need to put the tick mark. If it is absent, we have to put the into mark here. So by using the tick mark and into mark symbols, we can complete the table 2 here. So I'll explain you once in this session, but I'm not writing anything because so you should do this tabular column work by copying the tabular column. After completion of the session, copy the tabular column into your notes and complete the tabular column remaining columns by yourself. Then I'll explain you now once in the session. So rice, starch, proteins, fats, three contents will be. So it is present in the rice. And then potato. So here potato and rice will show the carbohydrates as high content, and proteins also will be, but fat content will be some less. Then milk and curd will contains both starch and proteins. Here the starch and proteins will be some less quantity in the milk and the curd, yeah, as well as in the egg also. It will be not the direct form, some lessly will be. And then fat content will be as more. So here in the milk and curd, we can see yellow color layers on the milk. So that is representing some oily nature. So by seeing that, we can identify the fat contents are present in milk and curd. So in the egg, the starch content and protein content will be more, but fat content some lessly will be. So we can see by um, inside of the egg some yellow color and white yellow color liquid, like just it's a liquid, it's not the oily substance. So but to see it will be like oily, but in that also some of the protein content will be. So the fat content we can say in the egg some will be as less itself, but also it's present, so we can put for all the things you easily as tick marks. Come to the next page. So here in the continuation part, what is the tabular column 2 we filled? Depending on that, here there are five different types of questions. So you can copy these questions also in your notes to answer the questions by following the tabular column. Now come to the continuation part. So we declare different quantities of carbohydrates, proteins, and fats according to the age and need of individuals. So here, what is the meaning of these lines means? For small children, fat content some more need, because to be healthy and to become as energetic in the growth also. Why? Because here the fat content will be is storing in our body, but also if for example you are not eating food for few hours, even though you are hungry, but also you are unable to eat at that time. So at that time the fat contents are converting into energetic particle. The fat content is releasing by digestion of the fat, it's releasing the energy. So here the fat content is also important. So the small children, what they are eating the food in that fat content some lessly will be. So for that purpose, for the small children with the parents are also will use the ghee like substances to put what they are eating in that. So here, depending on the age, the food components what they are taking will be varying. So here for the small children, the digestion when the growth is increases, automatically the digestion ability will increases. But when the age it, becomes more above 60, above 60, for them the digestion ability will become some less. So at that time If they are taking the fat content more, for them it's won't come for proper digestion. So here what they are explaining is when the age, depending on the age variation, the food components taking also will be as variable. So growing children and adolescents need more protein containing food like milk, meat, pulses, etc. We also need, yeah, here, shit, sorry for the disturbance. Let's continue, ma. We also need minute quantities of some other components called vitamins, minerals, and keep us healthy. So here, minerals we are getting from the water and fruits, vegetables from that. Even though the vitamins also comes from the vitamins as more. Next, raphases are dietary fibers. This is the next topic in our textbook theory. So raphases and the dietary fibers. The raphases means the fiber substance. Fiber substance. Sweet potato. While eating the sweet potato, we can feel some thread-like structures at ending. So those are called some fiber-like structures, which will help us in our body for the good digestion process. And here, thus raphases will avoid the constipation. Here, the constipation means free bowel movement. So undigested food molecules will be in our body. So daily after the completion of digestion process, undigested food molecules will separate in our body through the large intestine. So this undigested food molecules must ensure has to come out of the body um, every day. So if it is not coming freely at the time, it's called constipation. So this raphases, eating of raphases sources, dietary fibers of sources will help us for to sending out from the body of undigested food molecules. So here come to the next sources of, here what I explained you, same the points are also here in the textbook part. Raphases are a kind of carbohydrates. So I'm underlining, so you two people underline this in your textbook part. Otherwise, just raphases definition and what is the use of raphases. You can make a note of it in your notes because it is one of the important one. So, raphases are a kind of carbohydrates that our body fails to digest. So, here the raphases are one type of carbohydrates, but it's not completely 100% digesting by our digestive system. Why? Because here the fiber-like, thread-like structures will be, so it's not breaking easily. So, but also when you are eating the raphases, dietary fibers sources, it will help us for free bowel movement. In the continuation sentences, same the points have been given here. So they help in free bowel movement in the digestive tract and prevents the constipation. Next, come to the sources of raphases. So in your textbook, students underline these sentences. What are the sources of raphases, fruits, vegetables mentioned here? That examples. Bran, shredded wheat, cereals, fruits, vegetables, sweet and plain potato, peas, berries, pumpkins, palak, apples, bananas, papaya, and many kinds of beans are the sources of raphases. We must take to include a sufficient fiber food in our daily diet. Why? Because it helps for the for avoiding the constipation. Come to the next paragraph. In the figure 6, they have given some of the fruits and vegetables which contains the rhapaces, dietary fibers. So we can see in the figure 6, there's fruits and vegetables here. Next, come to the next paragraph. So here they are explaining in this figure 6 down paragraph, some of the fruits and vegetables we will like to eat by removing the peels. Actually, here the rhapaces and this dietary fiber content will be in the peels itself. So here, example, banana, sapota, these are all mango. So such type of fruits, by removing the peels, we will like to eat. But also here in the peels itself, the dietary fibers will be. So here, now I told you the examples which we are removing the peels and eating the fruits and vegetables. So we can see some of the examples which we would like to eat along with the peel. So like apple, still some other examples here in the textbook also given. Yeah, grapes, apples, sapota. Some of the members will remove the peel and some of the members will likes to eat along with the peel also. So here, if you are, even though for apples also, some of the members, even though for the aged persons, they can't digest the peels. So at that time, even, nowadays, they are doing like that. By removing the peel also, they are eating. So inside the apple, sorry, when we cut the apple, we can able to see some white color substances, which will be as um, like a banana. So this content will contains maximum carbohydrates. But here, along with the peel, when they tries to eat the fruits and vegetables, then they will get this feces particles also into the body. If they are removing, then we will lack the rhapaces in the body for proper digestion, for proper free bowel movement. So better to eat some of the which of the fruits and vegetables can able to eat with along with the peels. So better to eat along with the peels. So along with the peels eating time here, we need to wash before eating the fruits and vegetables. So carrot, I forgotten to tell you actually, the carrot is the 0% fat content one of the vegetable. So better all of you try to eat the carrot well as raw one, not the boiled one. When you are boiling, automatically it will loses some of the proteins, vitamins, everything. So better try to eat raw potato. So in this paragraph also they mentioned the farmers will use the different types of pesticides, insecticides, and different types of chemicals for better yield of the field. So if you are eating without washing the fruits and vegetables, the chemicals will also will move into the digestive system directly. So before using fruits and vegetables, we need to wash thoroughly. It is the safe to us. Next, come to the next topic, water. So what is the necessity of water in the digestive tract as well as while we are taking the food? So to explain the importance of water in the next activity, here they have given activity 5. Let us do 5 is the use of water. What is the importance of water while taking the food? Actually, it's skipped to the next page. No. Yeah, here. Activity 5. Come to figure 9 here. In the figure 9, you are observing here a bowl of water, a cot. So, wait. A bowl of water, cotton plug, and here the test tube. So first we need to push the cotton plug directly with the cotton plug into the test tube. So it's not a small piece of cotton plug, it's a handful of cotton. So just we are making into a ball, and we are trying. First we need to try to push the cotton ball directly into the tube, test tube. So at that time it won't move freely. So if you are giving a high pressure of push, at that time it will move, but directly freely it won't move into the test tube. So come to the next one. So this is one case. If you are dipping the cotton plug, if you are dipping the cotton plug into the water, if you are dipping the cotton plug into the water, after that you can try to push the cotton plug into the test tube. At the time it will move speedily and easily it will move into the test tube. Why? Because what is the reason here? The water quantity will give the easy movement for the cotton plug to move into the test tube. So here so here imagine the test tube. Imagine the test tube as our digestive tract, and the cotton plug as the food material what we are trying to swallow. So continuously if you are taking the food, so at that time we can feel some difficulty in our throat to swallow the food. So at that time if you try to drink the water, it will move from the throat, from the digestive tract to the digestive tract to the stomach easily. So here, thus in this activity, we can understand how the water is helping to us in the food eating process of time, and how it is helping for swallowing process easily to do also. And then 70% of blood is contains the water quantity, even though in our body the maximum quantity in the blood will be the water itself. In our body also 70% of water will be. So if you are not drinking per day, minimum 7 liters of water we need to drink. If you are not drinking the water in the summer season, we can feel a lot of dehydration problem. Dehydration means lack of water quantity. So in our body, at the time we can feel so much of thirsty, drying of lips, and after a few minutes, after a few hours also, we can feel some what we can say tiredness, and we can't be as healthy. So the water quantity is so important to our body. Next, come to the activity 6, balanced diet. So in the last session also, already I told you what is the balanced diet. So balanced diet means food components. Already we discussed nearly 5 to 6 carbohydrates, proteins. I'll show you here. Yes, here it is. The food components are carbohydrates, proteins, fats. Come to still before page. Minerals, vitamins. These are all. So food components, what we discussed. All the food components, if it is present in your food, what you are taking per day, it means at morning, but adding the 3 times: morning breakfast, afternoon lunch, and at night supper or dinner. So by adding these 3 times of food items what we are taking in the per day. So in that diet, it should be must and should carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals. Then what is the food items you are taking? It is a balanced diet for your body. Along with that, we need to take still some other food quantities in less quantity. So what are the food items you are taking in a large quantity? Those are called macronutrients. Macro means we are taking in a large quantity. So micro means which are taking some less quantity. So here come to this do you know part here, in the picture also, dry fruits, dates, cashew nuts, some of the examples here they have given. So these dry fruits all we are taking in our daily life in a less quantity. So this type of less quantity taking food or taking food are called micronutrients. Micro means small quantity, macro means large quantity. So now come to the balanced diet. According to that, here in the before page, they have mentioned one of the picture. So it's called thali, like that they have mentioned in the textbook part. So here in this thali, different types of food items are there. So the banana will give the dietary fibers, and fruits, vegetables, everything is mixed in this plate of food items. So in this, different types of food items had been mixed. So based on this picture, we can say in these food items, the carbohydrates, vitamins, proteins, fats also will be. Why? Because for preparing this type of curries, everything here, we need to use some of the oil quantity. So if you are using the oil, then here the fat is also mixed in the food item, right? So if you are taking like this, if you are taking like this type of food items per day, then you are taking diet is the balanced diet, and it is the example of thali. Make your diet a balanced one. The one already. What is that? The dry fruits are also needs to add in our daily diet. Why? Because to balance the diet properly. So students, continue in the next presentation part. Till now, we discussed from activity 4. Yeah, here. From activity 4. So what are the food items we are taking in that all the food components or not? So by filling you can extend the tabular column by adding still some other examples also. Next, we discussed now about rough phases, dietary fibers, and the importance of water with an example activity. And we discussed here about the balanced diet like thali. Here I'm using the Erudex app to show the textbook part. So here is there the concept tree. If you open the concept tree, here the big flowchart will come related to this topic, related to this lessons, what are the topics and important points will be. So everything will come. You can open and see once that, and definitions for each and everything. What are the important definitions will be that are available here. So balanced diet, diet which contains required amount of nutrients. It's called balanced diet. Like different types of definitions are available. So carbohydrates, proteins, fats, deficiency. Still, I did not explain to you. So in the next continuation topics, I'll explain you the obesity and deficiency, the two definitions also. Until now, we discussed this one up to balanced diet. So you can see the definitions in this also. And here, the videos are available. FAQs are available. Class 3 is important, available images. It's downloading. Right, it's taking some time here. So you can open and see as yourself, students. I'll go through the next one. Key points. Key points also you can open and see in the textbook last. So what we have learned, the important points have been given. Now same like that here in the key points also same such type of points will be. So when the lesson have been completed, I'll tell you when the lesson comes to last. At the time you can open and see these 3 points and make a note of it. This one also in your notes. MCQs will be so related to now in this session. What are the topics we discussed related to that? Some MCQ questions will be. So you can try to answer it. Then you can improve your skills well. So here not only the Erudex app. So in our Little Rose e-learning app, so same the videos and MCQs, different types of modules are available in our Little Rose e-learning app also. So you can follow the Little Rose e-learning app also. See the videos. So I'm showing here for this session what we discussed. Oh, shit. It's becoming as reverse. Okay. Okay, students. Table 2, homework part, sources of rough phases, importance of water. This 3, by using the textbook part, you can open the textbook part and read once important points, what will be, make a note of it in your notes. So do reading and writing both the work at home by after completion of the session. So thank you. Have a nice day.